Well, I mean, as all small businesses and nonprofits, we were all kind of trying to figure out a way to still continue doing what we were doing, of course, and making the most of it. Thankfully, we have patrons that have supported us the entire time, that have helped contribute to keeping the theater open. But we were pretty aggressive in keeping the show continuing, and we actually opened up our 2021 season doing our first show, which was our thriller, in January. So 2021, we did do our first show of the 2021 season, and it was actually a pretty successful run, all things considered. We did have quite a few restrictions. We were following the CDC guideline. We were doing 50% capacity at the time. People were spaced out. People had the options to be more spaced out as needed. And we were also requiring masks, providing all the things like CDC guidelines suggested, having gloves, masks, spacing out, everything that they listed. We were basically following to protocol to the best of our ability. Well, when the vaccine rolled out, we currently weren't in the middle of a show. So it was kind of like a nice buffer period for us to kind of get feedback, not just from our patrons, but our actors as well. Because without our volunteers and our actors being comfortable, we can't continue without our performers. So monitoring the vaccine, getting feedback from our patrons, from our volunteers, we were able to make the strategy more aggressive. So even though we still kept 50% capacity at the time, we were advertising more. And with that, we were able to sell more ticket sales, get more feedback. And then that was what led us more to opening more capacity as the months and the weeks continued, and being the back to normal that we are now. We worked very hard, and it has been a struggle for sure for all performing arts, not just in Houston, but all over the world. But I think what we truly owe it to is our determination, our volunteers and our staff. Like I said, we were probably one of the few theaters that were continuously open for the most part during this time, taking all the precautions necessary, but doing the most that we could with what we had at the time. And without the support of our patrons, I mean, truly that is what holds us together and what we are so grateful for. I would say that our strategy in terms of marketing has changed a bit we were aiming more digital before the COVID anyways, before the pandemic, but it almost kind of forced us to adapt our ways. So adapting QR codes for playbills, for posters, to adapt to just newer, more modern ways of promoting our business. And I think doing that during COVID and during the pandemic has kind of helped make us more successful now. And I feel we're more prepared more than ever now to put on great shows and to promote our theater to the greater Houston area. I think overall we are just very grateful, and we are, the board and of course our volunteers, we're all very proud to still be around, to have survived this experience. And we're just so happy and so excited to continue doing what we love and bring entertainment to greater Houston and Fort Bend County.